are thought to have been captured. The Hamas launched a multi-pronged attack on Israel from air, land, sea on Saturday. The fighters left a trail of dead bodies on Israeli streets as they roamed at will, killing and taking hostages. With an eye on bargains, over 100 Israelis have also been taken hostage. Many in Gaza celebrated the surprise attack on Israel, while Tel Aviv vowed mighty vengeance. Israel also came under attack from the north. Hezbollah, a powerful armed party backed by Iran, that launched guided rockets and artillery onto 3 posts in the Sheba Farm areas in solidarity with Palestinian people.
Regrettably, history for some media and politicians start when Israelis are killed. Our people have endured one deadly year after another. We chose the peaceful path to achieve our rights, but Israel continued using blunt force against Palestinian lives and Palestinian rights. Israel cannot wage a full-scale war on a nation, its people, its land, its holy sites, and expect peace in exchange.
New Delhi, along with many Western capitals, have dubbed Hamas actions as terrorist attack. Meanwhile, Israel's foes, including Iran, have hailed the militant group, even as anti-Israel protests have flared up in Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey and some other nations. The October 8th strike came half a century after the outbreak of the 1973 Yom Kippur War in Israel. Analysts are flagging intelligence gaps which undermined what was thought to be an aggressive and successful layered approach towards Gaza by Israel. And our correspondent Jody Cohen is now live with us from Israel for the very latest on this. She also came amid rocket fire from Gaza a few hours ago. And Jody, what's the latest on the ground? Even as we now know that the defense minister has said that the Gaza Strip is under complete siege, cutting off electricity, food, fuel supplies. What's happening on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. So Israel has cut the transfer of electricity, water, fuel and goods from Israel into Gaza in an attempt to limit Hamas's capacity to strike Israel and also to put pressure on Hamas and Islamic Jihad to return the hostages. Now, this afternoon, as you saw earlier, there was a large-scale rocket attack from Hamas into the south and centre of the country, including in Ra'anana, in Tel Aviv, by the airport, and we're hearing reports that different countries are trying to get their nationals out, and also in Jerusalem where the holy sites are. There's also been rockets this afternoon from Hezbollah into northern Israel, and this just happened right after my last report. I ran to the community bunker, as you saw. I had 90 seconds to get there, but people closer to the border have as little as a few seconds to get to shelter. Now, close to 900 Israeli civilians have been killed, mostly by Hamas infiltrators into Israel. Hamas is trying to get more militia in, and those who went back to Gaza took with them 130 hostages, mostly Israelis, but also from Asia, North and South America and Europe. And we're hearing reports of at least nine Americans killed. There are also reports of Qatar and Egypt potentially trying to mediate. And also in the latest, Hezbollah have reportedly infiltrated from Lebanon into the north of the country.
Right. Jody, very briefly then, what sort of military response also are we looking at this moment going forward?
So we know that the IDF says it's regained control of all the communities near the border, and Hamas militia are still inside Israel and clashes are ongoing. You might hear planes at any point overhead. That's because in response to the rockets from Gaza, Israel is targeting Hamas and Islamic Jihad sites like war rooms and buildings containing Hamas assets. Hamas says that 500 Palestinians have been killed. The IDF says that more than 400 of those were Hamas militia, and is warning Palestinian civilians in particular areas to take shelter before they're striking. And we know that over 120,000 Palestinian civilians have left their home. We're also hearing that the US has deployed aircraft carrier planes and ships to the region, is sending further munitions to Israel, and Hezbollah has threatened to attack US positions in West Asia if the US intervenes directly.
Right, Jody.